Welcome back as the pace car pulls off. We're ready to start the Jumpstart 100 here at Exhibition Place. Starter Sean Gibbs will welcome them to the line. He's in the stand. We'll watch for Andrew Ranger on the left. J.R. Fitzpatrick on the right. The field of 31. We're underway, the Jumpstart 100. The all-important turn one. Everybody getting bunched up in the back, but so far looking very clean.
So far, everybody's careful, but you could see that about mid-pack back, everybody got on the brakes early, wanting to make it through that first corner. The drivers have been preached to. Take it easy on lap number 1.
And now, here comes turn 3, Rob.
Down into turn 3. A bold move by J.R. Fitzpatrick to hang on the outside. A little rear lock up by Andrew Ranger there.
And Ranger's got him, followed by Fitzpatrick as the number 11, Jason Bowles, who started in 4th, gets past and starts to fall back. But it is Ranger, followed by Fitzpatrick Kennington.
And Simone in the 95 is a dark horse coming into this one. He's had strong runs on road courses before, but this year he hasn't had a lot of luck. At Mosport in race number 2, he had drive shaft problems after running early on in the top 5.
As they come down Nova Scotia Avenue, and now they come through the S's to complete lap 1 of 35. It's 35 laps or a 65-minute time limit.
Looks like Andrew Ranger's car is a little pushy in that first lap. He was struggling to get through the center of the corners, and J.R. Fitzpatrick is right on his tail.
So Ranger leads from the pole after 1 lap with Fitzpatrick, followed by Kennington as we go to the pits and join Todd.
Well, as Andrew told me before the start of the race, for the first lap, maybe 2, his car is a little slippery and a bit of a handful. He's got out in front of J.R. Fitzpatrick and managed to stay there. You see him slipping and sliding just a little bit, heading into corner number 3. But as the race moves on into lap 3, 4, and beyond, his car gets better and better. J.R., on the other hand, said he wants and needs the lead as soon as possible. Hasn't been able to get it yet, though.
Watch that number 95, Simone. You can see him putting in all kinds of pressure on DJ Kennington. You talked about Simone. He's had that open wheel experience in Atlantics and Formula 1600. During the practice yesterday, Ron, the drivers were saying the tires would go away very quickly after about 2, maybe 3 laps.
Well, a lot of that is the track surface. You've got asphalt turning into the corner, concrete in the center. Concrete is very, very slick. As the track rubbers up, it'll improve.
Kennington in 3rd place. Holding off Simone as once again Ranger leads them past the stripe.
You know, it's funny, I talked to J.R. Fitzpatrick after practice yesterday, and he was sitting 3rd on the timesheets at that point, and I said, "How is it, J.R.?" And he says, "Not fast enough." And that's what you want to see out of a race car driver. J.R. Fitzpatrick always wanting to go faster, not happy until he's number 1. And he's putting a lot of pressure on this 27 car of Andrew Ranger. He really wants this lead, as Todd was telling us.
And he just skates into turn 3.
That's that dreaded rear lockup we talked about.
Now, can they do any adjustments to help? Can he help himself here?
I think one of the factors early in a race is tire pressures are low, and you're going to get the cars moving around a lot. And perhaps Andrew Ranger's car, they started a little bit lower than the other guys. Simone
continues to put pressure on Kennington. There you see currently in 5th place, Jason Bowles out of Ontario, California. He is the KNS touring champion from the West, and he's getting some more stock car experience coming up here and running a couple of races. And as it's all about experience.
It really is. And for Jason Bowles, he's splitting that ride with John Gaunt, who normally runs that car on the ovals. And they've had some good success this year at Mosport. Bowles, in his very first time sitting in that car, he ran into a 3rd place finish. So he is capable on these road courses as he takes a look underneath.
As we go on board with DJ Kennington, up ahead it's Ranger and Fitzpatrick, who started on the front row.
DJ's in top gear, 4th gear. This is the Lakeshore Boulevard. It's going to be in excess of 150 miles an hour. Now braking on 1st, 2nd.
As Simone tries to go inside and underneath, and he has him.
That's a bold move.
Anthony Simone goes underneath DJ Kennington, under braking into 3, and now Kennington trying to get him back as they make their way around, and he has them as they trade the paint going on to Princess Boulevard and now heading up towards Manitoba Drive.
Anthony Simone, he got in there so deep, and it looks like he's damaged the rear axle from that dreaded rear axle hop. You see him get, oh no, he slapped the wall.
And that's more heartbreak for Anthony Simone, who's running without a major sponsor. He's got Graphics Factory helping him out this year, but Simone was hoping to do big things here in Toronto, but unfortunately, it looks like his race will come to an end early.
Anthony Simone out of Holland Landing has no wins in his 28 starts so far, but he does have 4 top 5s.
4th spot now for Jason Bowles in the race with Rusty number 11. He's got Kerry Micks behind him, and I was talking to Mix's crew chief, Ray McCaughey, in the paddock area. They were throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at that O2 car, trying to get that forward grip.
We were talking earlier about Jason Bowles. He has 4 road wins in his career. So when you take into account Ranger and Fitzpatrick at 10, there are 14 road wins between Ranger, Fitzpatrick, and Bowles. Once again, here's Todd.
Just a little bit more on Anthony Simone. You see that he slapped the wall and thrown the steering wheel off and discussed already. Something is broken underneath the rear end of the car. The team doesn't know what yet, but you can see that the bodywork is shifted over the right rear tire where he slapped the wall, and Anthony Simone, frustrated, just made the announcement earlier today that Donald Meade has come aboard as an equity position in this team, but a frustrating start to that association.
Boy, Bowles and Micks trading it as they came off the lakeshore.
They're really not going to wait around here today, are they? It just seems like they're really anxious to get to the front. But that little skirmish, look at how this bottled up the field behind the leaders.
It was a 3-car breakaway, and now you've got about 10 cars all together here. A little bit of impatience there early in the race. A lot of, here we go. Into 3, classic outbraking maneuver. 11 car gets into the tail and does not lift. It just continues to shove them all the way to turn 5.
Watch now as Ron Beauchamp Jr. tries to get inside of Micks.
And Don Thompson Jr. in the home hardware number 4. He's not too far behind there either. He finished 3rd the last time these type stock cars raced here at Toronto. So Don Thompson Jr. could be a threat to win this one.
So it's Bowles, and Robin Buck has moved up.
Robin really benefited from that previous lap in turn 3 and 4.
Robin Buck in the 66, the Green and Ross Durabody Ford.
But still, Andrew Ranger and J.R. Fitzpatrick very much well out ahead of this group of cars. DJ Kennington running in 3rd spot, having a great run by himself as well. And you have to think that Kennington is thinking to himself, he's looking in the mirror, looking at this big group of cars well behind him. He's looking ahead to the 2 cars who are that much in front, and he's running about 4 seconds behind the leaders, thinking, you know what, I'm okay here. I'm leading the points coming into this race. I just need to get out of here with a clean nose and a clean race car and pad that points lead.
And that's the thought process of so many of the drivers, Ron. Let's remember that the next race is in Edmonton next week, on the Sunday of next week, and they want to keep it as clean. A lot of the guys have to do work on the cars themselves. They'll get on the trailers, drive either Sunday or Monday to try and be in Edmonton by Thursday.
Well, whatever they said in the drivers' meeting, it worked. the trouble spots in turn 1 and turn 3 on the start were a non-issue. And the guys are putting on a great show here.
Bowles followed by Buck, followed by Micks, followed by Thompson Jr. As we have that 3-car breakaway with Ranger, Fitzpatrick, and the current points leader, DJ Kennington.
Looks like Bowles has found his rhythm in the 11 car. He's starting to open up a gap on Robin Buck in the 66, so Bowles starting to eat into that gap. But again, he's 5 seconds behind DJ Kennington, so he's got a lot of distance to make up.
And you know, Andrew Ranger talked about it earlier. He was going to be 3, 4, 5 laps before he felt his car was going to come to him, and sure enough, he's starting to pull away. We're 7 laps in.
We have just 2 retirements so far. The 95 of Anthony Simone, as we saw him crack the wall, and the number 9 of Derek White from Kanawaki, Quebec. You're watching the Jumpstart 100. It is the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series presented by Mobile One.